What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the JoeyH podcast. Today we have our sports analysis show. With me, as always, for the show, Lucas. How are you today?
What's up? I'm doing good. How you doing, man?
Can't complain. I cannot complain. Just been chilling. I just started out my new college a couple weeks ago. So, I'm blessed and, highly favored. But first order of business, we gotta talk about yesterday at the time I'm recording this, the college football national championship, Indiana versus Miami. In Miami, mind you. Yeah. Uh you know what? I'm gonna take it away for the first one.
For sure.
Uh I'll let you go I'll let you start off the next topic. So
Gotcha.
here's what uh, here's what I'll say. I was at Twin Peaks with my dad. My dad's friend is a big Miami Hurricanes fan. Big Miami Hurricanes fan. I've known this guy ever since I was young. You know, uh, you know, him and my dad used to work together. And he's a close family friend for sure.
For sure.
But with that being said, he takes his U very seriously. So, with that being said, I thought he was gonna flip out yesterday, but he didn't. It was just a silent car ride home. But I'll yeah, I'll just talk about. Let me just talk about the game. I'll just talk about the game. So here's what happened. Uh, you know what? I was very surprised, and I have to give it off to Miami's defense.
Absolutely.
I really thought Indiana was gonna lay the hammer on them, but they didn't, and Miami was able to stop them. Miami was able to go forward and, you know, no matter what Indiana threw their way, they kept fighting, but unfortunately they weren't able to get it done. And you know, I have to say, uh, to be put in a position like that, with less than a minute to go, with no timeouts, you know what I mean? They were fighting and fighting, and unfortunately Carson Beck throws an interception. But I have to give my hats off to Carson Beck because I mean, it seemed like his when he left Georgia, it seemed like his career was on the down and out. You know what I mean? And he transferred to Miami all because if you remember, his girlfriend was a member of the Miami's the Miami women's basketball team.
Yes.
One of the Cavender twins, right?
Maybe. I don't think it was one of the twins. I didn't think it was one of the twins.
No, no, no. It was. It was a blonde. They were
It was
blonde.
blonde. Yeah, she was blonde.
Yeah, I think they're twins. I don't know. I don't really keep up with that. But y- she was a member of the team, and the whole reason, pretty much why he transferred down there was because she was there already, and he went down. That I think Miami offered him like 5 million in NIL to go down there.
Damn.
They had a house together that actually got robbed while they're yeah. It was just a really down, and then they break up literally
Yeah.
before the season, which crazy. And I'm not even gonna go into that, like you
Goof.
know
Yeah.
that whole debacle. But look, I gotta give like you want to talk about a redemption story. That was Carson Beck, man. I mean, seriously, the fact that he's able to get his team to the national championship like
Yeah.
that. But however, he would not have done it without. And I got to give shout out to Mark Fletcher. I saw Mark Fletcher play twice in high school. As you know, there's a video up on my channel about the top players I saw play in high school. Mark was actually part of the first episode I did of that series, and
Dang.
yeah, was Mark was always explosive, and I got to give my hats off to him. He had 2 touchdowns, and also Malachi Tony's going to be great one day. He's going to be in the NFL, and he will be an NFL superstar one day. But, however, lastly, and I'll hand it off to you, Lucas. Fernando Mendoza showed amazing toughness last night,
Yes.
and you know, I couldn't ask for a better game. Really,
Yeah.
I couldn't ask for a better game. That was about as competitive as it got, and I give it to Indiana, man. They went 16-0, perfect season. I think that's the first time that's ever been done in college football.
Think so, yeah.
So, I got to give it to Indiana for sure. So, Lucas, I will now hand it off to you.
For sure, definitely picking back. I mean, dude, the season Indiana's had, bro. First Heisman winner, first national champ, first undefeated season. And then Mendoza, I think he won the offensive MVP of the game, which is just great. He's going to be a great NFL player, I think, one day. But I got to give it off to both teams' defenses. Shout out to both teams' defenses. That was a super defensive game. But it was so good. Like you said, it was just so competitive. That interception to end the game. I mean, what a way to end it. I mean, Miami's starting to march down the field, and then you come in clutch with the game-ending interception.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. That's college football, dude. That's just college football. In Miami, sucks for Miami to lose. As everybody watching this channel knows, I'm a Florida State fan, so you down.
I give it to you,
That
man.
was a good watch. That was a good watch for sure. I was at a local sports bar here, so in town, and it was a good time. It was a good time. A lot of Hoosier fans, so it was an even better time just rooting for Indiana. So, but like you were saying, great game, so much action, so much defense, so much offense, and you're right. Like a shout out to both quarterbacks too for their toughness. Mendoza left with like scratches on his arm or something.
Yeah.
Um, but both defenses, both teams, great national championship.
Moving on to the next topic, the playoffs this past weekend. Insane, really insane games. Just, I mean, I have so much to say, but Lucas, I'm gonna let you go first, as I promised.
I appreciate it. One game that I mean, dude, you're so right. I mean, where do I even start? Let me start off with the one that most surprised me. Not surprised of the outcome, just surprised of what happened. 49ers versus Seattle.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a great performance by Seattle. Crazy game by Sam Darnold. Sucks to see San Francisco isn't going far again this year. Who knows? They'll be back again. Another game that I'd like to talk about is their opponent is Seahawks coming up opponent is the LA Rams versus the Bears. You got the NFC divisional game. That is going to be a great game this week. I think it's this weekend. LA versus Seattle. That is going to be a great game. But LA versus Bears, phenomenal game. Matthew Stafford just keeps getting it done. He keeps proving why he's probably the MVP this year. Again, great game by the LA Rams. Shout out to both AFC teams that won this weekend. New England.
Yep.
Drake May, dude. It's good to see that young team just keep going. It's great seeing that team keep going and keep winning games. CJ Stroud, got to get together. I don't know what's going on over there.
Four picks, and listen, I love CJ Stroud, man.
I love him
Genuinely.
too, but come on, man. Come on.
Listen, 4
I said
picks.
this, yeah.
Listen, CJ, if you're watching this, it just wasn't your day. You know what I mean? And that's okay.
Yeah, you've had good days. This day just mattered a little bit more.
I mean, yeah, think about it. As a rookie, he brought the Texans to the divisional playoff, the second round of the playoffs. So, I mean, but look, CJ, again, I got nothing against you. It just wasn't your day, and that's okay. Just get better, and you'll have better days in the future. I promise.
And then last and final game, the one that really surprised me the most, Bills versus Broncos. That really surprised me. That kind of hurt to watch. Left a sour taste in my mouth. I love Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a phenomenal quarterback. What I think they're doing in the office isn't necessarily bad. Maybe a coaching change is for the better. Maybe. But I mean, and there's a lot of coaches on the prowl right now, on the waiting block right now.
Yeah.
So who knows who they'll pick up for that position. But it's really good to see the Broncos move on. I liked seeing that. Bo Nix versus Drake May is going to be exciting, and Matthew Stafford versus Sam Darnold is also going to be very exciting. All four teams look really good. It's really anybody's toss up right now. It's really anybody's games right now. All Super Bowl predictions look really fun. Like all the games that can be happening after this weekend look really fun. But I'm just excited for this weekend. I'm just really excited. With
Okay.
that, Joe, I'm gonna hand it off to you.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Like I said, I got a lot to say. First and foremost, I do want to say shout out to Brian Niedermeyer. Lucas, you may not know who that is, but Brian Niedermeyer was the offensive coordinator at St. Thomas my senior year of high school. You know, really cool guy. He coached under Kirby Smart, or not Kirby Smart, Nick Saban, at Alabama. And, you know, now he is the defensive quality control coach for the Broncos. So, definitely shout out to Coach Niedermeyer for sure.
Yes, sir.
Uh, he's actually the reason why I've been pulling for the Broncos this whole playoffs. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
Shout out.
yeah. So it was Saturday. I went to Jersey Mike's. I got some cheesesteaks. Me and my grandfather were watching the game, and yeah, man, that really, I was pulling for the Broncos, and let me just say this: overtime, crazy, because I thought the Bills they had the Broncos down and out because they drove the Broncos to a 3-and-out. Then Allen's driving down the field, and then just when you seem like the game's over, because the next score won,
Yeah.
tumble, interception. And you know what? I'm gonna say it. That was a pick. Hey, that was a pick. All right,
I don't disagree. I'm not saying I disagree with you.
But you know what? Condolences to Bo Nix because he's not going to be there next week. Jarrett Stidham, it's your time to shine. But I will move on to the next game. Now, I'm going to be honest. I did not watch the Seahawks 49ers game, but not really much to say. Beat down.
BTA, bro. BTA. That's all I got to say.
It's crazy.
Get Mike Irving in here.
I know. And then the Patriots Texans game. Drake May, what can I say? He's been absolutely baller this season. I hope he wins the MVP. I really do. If not, comeback player of the year. I don't know what. I mean, does that really count? Because he had a bad rookie season. He should win the comeback player of the year award because he's only.
He can.
Hey, I don't know. I feel like you need to be in the league for some years for that, but I don't make that decision. But
He's definitely turned it around. He's definitely turned it around
oh
over.
yeah, most definitely. I mean, I'm just saying if he's eligible for it though, I think he should win it. But that's neither here nor there. Now, uh, you know, you see the hype. The I love Drake May. His wife, Bake May, you know what I mean? And Michael May, she is on TikTok. I don't have TikTok, but she's all over Instagram and social media. She does the baking and stuff. Shout out! I'm gonna actually try to cook some of her designs. I'm gonna try
Absolutely.
to, I'm gonna try
Absolutely.
to bake some of her designs, bro.
I'm
It,
excited.
yeah, fam. So shout out to them. But, the Patriots were just clear as day the better team.
Absolutely.
And, I hate to say it, but because Will Anderson, he played his heart out, the Texans edge rusher, you know what I mean? And then we arrived to the Bears and Rams game. To me, to me, that game should be like game of the year, honestly. Like because here's the thing. The Bears got the ball. And it's just here's the thing, when Caleb Williams is running back, you could just see you could look at the stands, you could see the disgust and the absolute sickness on all the Bears fans' face, like, we're about to lose this game. This game's gonna end this way.
Yeah.
And what does Caleb do? 4-on-1, mind you. 4-on-1. And mind you, guys, they did not give Caleb Williams the Heisman Trophy for no reason. That's what I kept saying during the game. He turns around right in all those four defenders' faces and he chucks that mug. He just chucks it. And I'm going to be honest, because here's the thing. I knew he was going to throw the ball. I'm pretty sure everyone in that stadium knew he was going to throw the ball.
Got to.
Like, there's no way he's going down. When he turned around and threw that ball, I see it sailing, and then I see Cole Kmet in the end zone 1-on-1. And as the ball is going into the end zone, I have a thought process like, oh my god, he's gonna catch the ball. This is gonna happen, and it happened. And they said I don't know if there's any footage of this, but they said when Caleb went to the sideline, it was cold as ice. No celebration, no nothing. And then overtime. And it seemed like the Bears had it. They had it. They had it. And then Caleb throws an interception, which Caleb, very unfortunate, but bro, pick your head up, man. Really, like, yeah, you
Great
deserve.
season. Great season.
Yes, and you deserve every bit of that contract, bro. You deserve the city of Chicago. Like, bro, I'm sorry. If you would have won that game and if he would have won that game and he would have won the Super Bowl, I say put him in the Hall of Fame. I say
Yeah.
put him in the Hall
Yeah.
of Fame.
Honestly.
But because, well, we're not going to get into that. But about the whole Hall of Fame debacle. But
Yeah.
yeah, I actually have been to the Hall of Fame. I was there about a year ago in Canton, Ohio. Really cool place. I suggest if you're ever in the Cleveland or Canton area in Ohio, you should definitely go check it out. Cool museum, cool everything. But anyways, back to Caleb. I thought they should put him in the Hall of Fame if he won the Super Bowl that year, especially with that play. Really clutch. He's been clutch all year. And I really got to hand it to Caleb, man. That like both Caleb and Drake, they really had bad rookie seasons, but now
Yeah.
they've turned it around completely. And definitely, I got to give it to Caleb. But unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. I guess, you know.
That's how the saying
But
goes.
but next season, everyone's 0-0. But sorry, back to the game. Rams, they drive down kick a field goal. It is over in Chicago.
Mm.
Heartbroken. I was heartbroken. I have some members of I have family friends. I got members. I I think I have a couple members of my family that are Bears fans, and you know, uh, like I told you guys, my uncle is a Packers fan, and the Bears fans I'm talking about, they all live in the area he lives in, and they've been giving him nonstop of this,
Absolutely.
nonstop, because that's the biggest rival. But you know what though? Uh, Listen, guys, they did not give Caleb Williams the Heisman for no reason. He deserved every he's deserved every award. He's proven all of us wrong, and so I think that Caleb deserves his respect, and I think that you know that play will go down as one of the best in NFL history. History. I'm gonna just say it. One of the best in NFL history because there's not a lot of quarterbacks that make that throw. I'm just be honest. There's not a lot of quarterbacks, and I'm not even gonna begin to list off all the quarterbacks that could not make that throw.
Yeah, dude,
So
we'd be sitting here for an hour.
yeah. So let's just move on to the next topic. We have the conference championship week. We will give our predictions now. Uh Lucas, first we have the Patriots playing the Broncos in Denver. Lucas, who do you got?
Just given the circumstances, obviously, this game has some hiccups with it. Denver is out of a quarterback. They're out of Bo Nix. So for that being said, unfortunate. That would have been a great matchup, Bo Nix and Drake May. But I'm gonna have to go with New England. It's gonna be a good game. I don't imagine it won't be a good game, but it's hard to win that kind of game without their quarterback, without Bo Nix.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, like you said earlier, New England's just a better team right now. If Bo Nix was there, it'd be a little bit more of a toss up.
Yeah.
I wish Bo Nix a healthy and speedy recovery.
Absolutely.
Ankles are never fun. But we'll see him again. He'll be back. And I'm excited to see when he comes back. Next game after that, LA Rams versus the Seahawks
In Seattle.
in Seattle. This is a real big toss up here, but honestly, given the great season he's had, the whole team's had, and he wasn't even expected to be this good this year. Given the fact that he's older now, he started the season off with an injury. He didn't even make it to training camps. He didn't make it to some training camps. I'm going to go with LA.
Oh.
Matthew Stafford is going to get it done.
Oh, Lucas.
Monday at 6:30 Eastern time in Seattle.
Lucas, what are you doing, man?
Dude, give me LA, bro. Give me LA.
What are you
Matthew
doing?
Stafford is the MVP this season. He's 30 years. He's older. He didn't even start this. There was questions on whether he was going to start this year.
What are you doing?
And
Okay.
he's had such a great season. Give me LA. Give me LA in general has just had a great season. Not just with Stafford. Stafford's just had a really good season.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to hand it off to you.
Thank you. I'm gonna go. All right. So first, I'm gonna start with the Patriots Broncos game. Then I'll get to the other game.
Yeah.
So, look, it's really unfortunate. And so if you're asking me who I'm rooting for, I'm gonna root for the Broncos. But who do I think is gonna win? I gotta give it to the Patriots, man. I gotta give it to the Patriots. However, I will say this: there's one thing that plays a factor in this game. Jarrett Stidham was a third string quarterback on the Patriots. After Tom Brady left,